If we can, now we've got some questions from the back of the room over there. I feel like that's a sufficient story for you guys to ask him whether you're manly enough based on a set of facts that you have for him about yourselves.
We're not.
Okay. So, yeah, we're not. So go ahead, Chris. What do you have for Mark Schlereth here in terms of let's make him the arbiter of whether or not you're manly enough?
Well, I don't open my eyes in a pool because of the chlorine, and I'm wondering if he does.
Yes, I do. I do open my eyes in a pool because of chlorine. So yeah, that is one that and you can't wear goggles either. You just got to let your eyes deal with. Sometimes we used to wash our eyes out with the acid from the oranges just to see how that works. You know, you squeeze the orange,
make it more difficult. Sure.
Yeah. Right, just to clean it out a little bit. Make sure you're fresh and you're ready to roll.
I bite my nails. Is that manly?
Yeah. I'm not opposed if I've
not
got
actual
one long
nails
nail.
for like hammers and stuff, like the nails on my fingers.
Right. No, I'm okay with biting your nails. Like sometimes, or throwing a snot rocket out. It's kind of cold, you know. You guys are in Miami, but so you grew up in Alaska. It's a little bit cold. You're a little sniffly. You just close one nostril and you give the snot rocket out the other side. Like that's man stuff. Yeah, you can do that.
What should the ideal reaction be when I stub my toe?
You should stubbing. I don't care who you are. Stubbing your toe.
Really?
Right.
That's the one.
Wow,
that
really?
Wow. I thought you were going to go grin and bear it there, but you're like, no, you're okay there.
So it arrived. The pain arrives a couple of seconds later, just like you're a human being.
Yeah, you jump around and you cuss. Here's the thing, though. You can't allow it to affect the rest of your day. You just, even if you break the toe, you got to go out and you got to go out and do some yard work. You can't let that affect the rest of your day.
I've gone deep sea fishing like a man, but I had someone bait my hook so I wouldn't prick my finger.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I got to be honest with you. I'm probably the least Alaskan that there is. So I was just up in Alaska for the week celebrating my dad's 80th birthday, and I had to have help with not because I was afraid to prick my finger, just because I didn't know what I was doing when it came to silver salmon fishing. So I don't hunt, I don't fish, I really don't do any of that stuff. But I did catch a few silver salmon, and it was freaking awesome. I had a blast doing it. But yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I had somebody else bait my hook too.
This is unbelievable.
Wow.
Now, Mario Chalmers is the least Alaskan of all the Alaskans, but I think someone just brought me a picture of the cake that you had for your father on his 80th birthday, and of course, it was made out of tools.
Yes. Yeah, my wife designed it. We had a lady up in Alaska make it because my dad is probably the least New Yorker ever raised in New York City, but he moved up to Alaska, met my mother, and so he's been up there, almost the entirety of his adult life. But my dad is, I like to call him a perpetual motion machine. So I mean, there's no question that I came from a pretty decent gene pool, because if you see pictures of my dad, you see him moving around. He's 80 years old, and you would think we're brothers. The guy is a freak show. On his 78th birthday, he benched 300 pounds.
So I'd lose a fight. I'd lose a fight to your dad. I'm 50. I'd lose a fight to your dad for sure.
My dad would whip your ass, Dan.
All right.
Wow.
My dad is an absolute freak show. But it does show you, like, he's operated a State Farm Insurance agency now 54 years. He goes into work every day, and then he comes home and he works around the house until, like, from the time his feet hit the floor in the morning to the time he lays down, he never stops moving, ever. And he's constantly working. It's where, I got my love of landscaping and working around the house. Is my dad always taught me when I was a kid, he's like, hey, don't ever pay somebody to do something you can do yourself. And so it has always been part of kind of, how I was brought up and who my father is.
I'm curious your general thoughts on scented candles.
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on the scent. I mean, I like scented candles. I mean,
this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Hold on, what kind of scent? I mean, that's important.
No, we're two peas in a pod, me and Mark.
Burning human flesh? Like, what's happening around here?
No, he enjoys a good Bath and Body Works discount like I do.
No way.
Am I right?
No way. Schlereth.
Semi-annual sale, Mark?
Listen, now, I'm telling you, I still wash my hair with a bar of soap. I don't use shampoo.
Attaboy.
There you go. There you go.
But hold on.
but here's the thing. I don't mind a scented bar of soap.
Oh.
Right?
That's the one concession you're willing to
listen,
make.
I am not an animal, you guys. I'm not a complete and total animal.
Right.
I like the finer. I still use some product in my hair. By the way, I still have, perfect television hair. It's unbelievable. But again, that's the gene pool from what my college teammates and my dad's nickname is Poolside. So my dad got nicknamed Poolside because I was playing at the University of Idaho, and we always played night games because, we're a small little, at the time, we're Division I AA and, small little, University of Idaho, right? And so we would play the night games, and my dad would always show up to the game, and we'd be wherever we were. And, we'd be like staying at a Holiday Inn that has a pool in the middle. That's like how we traveled, right? That was big time. And so my guys would always call me up and say, hey, go to your window, look out at the pool. And my dad would be doing push-ups between like two lawn chairs, and just going, right? He's just going
showing off, yeah.
And he's got this whole little workout routine going on. And so all my college teammates call my father Poolside, and in his stuff, like everybody calls him Poolside. Everybody I know that knows my dad just refers to my dad as Poolside.
Mike, what do you have for Schlereth, Mike? Excuse me, Mark.
Yeah.
I went an entire Little League season without recording a hit. Our team finished 8th, but my trophy was the same size as everybody else's. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm going to give everybody a good trophy. I'm just going to make sure that I play you the least amount of innings that I'm required to play you per league rules. And when you do play, you're going to play in right field. And I'm going to tell you, try to not get involved.
I did every other inning.
Yeah, I coached my son's Little League team from the time he was 4 until he got into high school. So I get I get how that works.
Mark, forgive me because we've run out of time, so I've got just 4 rapid-fire questions for you. If you can answer them as quickly as you can for us.
Okay.
Smallest animal you're afraid of?
Probably. Well, a spider is not really an animal, but a rat probably.
All right. Something in general we might be surprised that you're afraid of.
Something in general might be afraid of. I don't like spiders at all. They freak me out a little bit.
Who wins a fight between you and the entire shipping container? Mike, Roy, Billy, Chris, and we'll throw an Alice in there. All 5 of them coming after you.
Me. No, that's not even. That's easy.
Why did you throw me in there?
So our entire show, you think all 7 of us? You can take all 7 of us
All at
out?
once.
All at once, at one time.
Yeah, there's no question. All I had to do is hit the first guy. 3 of you would hide in the corner, and then
You're right.
It's really
You're right.
down to me against 2 other people. I'm not even sure if that math is right, but there's no question.
What if
I would take all 7?
What if I have a spider though?
How about that? Your weaknesses now.
That throws a whole different monkey wrench in the equation.
True or false? Arnold Schwarzenegger once ran away from you.
True.
That's
That's a true story. He didn't want to take a picture with me. We shook hands, and he said to me, a direct quote, I make it a point never to stand by anybody larger than me for more than a minute. Then he reached up as we were shaking hands, rubbed my shoulders, and he said, look at the shoulders. He's a monster. And then he just took off into the crowd.
How tall is he, Mark? How tall
are
is he?
you?
I'm 6'3", but at the time, it was off season. I was 6'3", 295. Arnold is maybe 5'11".
Wow. Shocking from Mark Schlereth there. You can hear Mark in the mornings, 104.3 The Fan in Denver. You can download the Stinkin' Truth podcast. He's more of a man than you are. For more information on his chili, stinkingood.com. Mark, appreciate you taking the time. Thank you, sir.
You got it.